Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Wednesday, March the 26th? It's the 26th, like all day. All right, you guys, this might be a little bit longer, so buckle in. We got a lot going on. When we look at the Schumann graph, at the Tomsk graph, you can see we have a lot of stitching going on. This has been going on for about the last 8 to 10 hours. It started out slow and has gotten more intense as we go along. This is stitching energy to bring in and anchor down these big pushes of white high vibrational energy, these pulses that we've been getting over the last several days. But the real story is on the Italian graph. Now, I made a video very late last night because the man with the white beard came back. At this point, I don't really remember that dream super clearly. So if you want to hear what I had to say in that dream, you got to go back to the video before this one. But this is the Italian graph. Do you see this? These lines right here and how they're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer together. Man, this is a new pattern. Now, admittedly, I don't study the Italian graph. I don't have a lot of information on the Italian graph, but I can tell you what I received about this particular pattern because it started last night. I had this very vivid dream of the man with the white beard. He came back and I don't remember the whole dream, but I know he told me that these were light codes, but they're anchor light codes. They're not light codes coming from source. They're light codes coming from Gaia. He literally showed me it's like two pieces coming together. The energy from the up top, the stitching energy, this stitching energy coming down and meeting this energy that's coming up. Now, with these codes, this is brand new for me, so as you can tell, I'm struggling a little bit to tell you about it. With these light codes, what I heard was these are coming from Gaia herself in order to help awaken and anchor in ancestral or past life memories of some kind, something to do with knowledge of history being anchored into us from Gaia, closing the loop between what we are receiving from source and what we are receiving from Gaia, literally making a complete circle in all of the codes, all of the light, everything we've been receiving. We are fully engulfed in this bubble. The other thing I wanted to show you is we have a massive coronal hole facing Earth. I want you to understand Earth itself is so small, it would be like this little teeny tiny speck right here. That's how small Earth is. This hole is facing us. That means the solar winds are going to be picking up, and that can be very, very conducive for migraines and sleepiness and feeling foggy headed. That on top of what we're already receiving, not just the stitching in of these big white codes, but the anchoring of those codes in, the anchoring of that energy in with these light codes coming up from Mother Gaia. And I really want you to understand they're getting closer and closer. It's speeding up. Whatever this process is speeding up. This has been happening for the last 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours or so, which lines up almost perfectly with right here. I'm just saying. So today, symptoms can be very different for everybody. With stitching energy, it tends to make my body physically tired because you are integrating higher vibrational, higher frequency energy into your system. Your frequency has to rise in order to do this because that frequency is not coming down to meet you, friends. And so it can tend to make me very tired, very sleepy. I feel like I get a headache during this time, and my brain fog is a little bit stronger than normal with this type of energy. However, my dreams, even though I can't remember them at this point, I had several very, very active dreams last night. Again, the sensation of learning, of talking to the man with the white beard, of gathering information and getting ready. This feels extremely purposeful to help anchor in both the big white energy coming in and what Gaia is giving us. Think of it as creating a full circle bubble around the awakened collective, offering us support, new information, and memories. One of the big things I do remember is that it was about memories. It was about remembering all of your connection to Gaia, remembering your connection to Source, remembering your strength and your power and things that you did before in either other lifetimes or other dimensions or something, reminding you of your strength. The last thing I want to tell you in meditation this morning, I very clearly heard you cannot move somewhere new while you keep talking about where you are. You have to let go of telling the story of how hard it was for you to get here. That doesn't mean that it wasn't hard. That doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve some attention and response and acknowledgement that you went through a lot to get here. But you can't keep dragging that story along with you. As you are changing and expanding your vibration, your story is trying to change into one that's more conducive for what you're trying to bring forward. But if you keep telling yourself the same stories over and over again, things can never change. You have to allow yourself to say a different story. You have to allow yourself to see yourself in a different way. You have to. You have to allow it, or you're going to stay right where you are. Come on, we're getting these major codes asking you to upgrade your life, friend. What can you do with this? Grounding is very important today. Drinking lots of water to flush your system. Grounding foods, putting your feet on the bare grass or breathing in some steam, a foot soak, a grounding sheet. Do something to ground today. Pull this energy in and let it soak into your system. Your mother is calling you home, friends. All right, here's our cards for today. So up until the last, 50 years or so, we as a species have been very asleep. We've lost our confidence in our connection to self and Gaia and space and everything else. The disruption is here, friends. We were all talking about a big event coming. It's not one event, it's several events coming forward to disrupt the teachings that we have built around us, namely the idea that we are separate from each other and separate from the earth and separate from source. We are not. We are all one. Your source, your mother, is reaching out to you through your third eye and your intuition to send you little ideas and inspirations, but it's up to you to choose to listen to them. She cannot force you to follow along with the ideas she's presenting you. However, I have heard that if you allow yourself to follow your trail of inspiration and let go of your expectations of what it must look like, it opens you up to seeing yourself and the world through whole new lenses and seeing that new paradigm of magical world all around you. But you gotta get out of your head and you gotta let yourself follow that inspiration from your third eye, because it's disrupting that tower around you to remind you of your power. It's cloudy and cold, but let's get this day started, shall we? All right, take a nice big deep breath in and release. Drop those shoulders and just remind yourself that today is a great day. The sun is just coming up. You can literally do anything you want today. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the sun is right through there, right through that cloud. You can't really see it yet, but it's there. It's there, even though it's cloudy. So today, friends, today is a great day. I encourage you to do something to help yourself feel creative and inspired in some way. Ground and anchor in these codes because they're here for you, friends. It's a great day. It's a great day.